Hello everyone, I'm back at the old cellar hole. It snowed last night, so it's a bit of a cold day. You can hear the wind blowing, and I think I'm going to do some detecting under here in that mess. Yeah, we'll see what we can find. Alright, wish me luck. So I'm here in what looks like the remnants of an old flower garden that's been spreading out from where it originally started, I imagine. And right in this spot was a 60-65 signal, and I got this. We've got a remnants of an old hinged tin can or box. It would have been nice if it had a whole bunch of coins in it before it got squished, but or left out here. But there it is. That's kind of interesting. Brought back to life. Well, I've got a too bad moment here. You know, I found a buckle, or remnants of a buckle. It's kind of coppery, thin copper or brass. And there was the pin to go in the belt. You can see it loops through the little wire and everything. Anyway, it was busted. I probably busted when it got thrown away. I thought maybe my shovel did it, but anyway, it was ringing up. It's a funny sound all over the place, and then I dug it up and it was ringing 44, and that's what I've got. Some remnants back to life. Well, I'm in this kind of mess around here, lots of limbs and trees, and I'm just off that garden, and I believe there was right in front of me a path through around the house, a path or a lane. And I dug this. It was a very faint signal. I barely got it, and every once in a while it would peak. It would be like a little grunt, a little hum, and then it would scan 3 or 4, and then every once in a while it would go 70, 90 or something like that. And it was way down in this hole. Let's see, there's my pinpointer. Pretty big, pretty deep hole. And there's a root there I had to dig around. Thought it was on that side, but it was really on this side. And it was this. Very interesting. It looks kind of like a keychain thing. I'm not so sure about that. It's got a sharp point and a little loop here for tying a string to or something. And yeah. Alright, well, I can't clean it anymore. It's pretty corroded. And iron, obviously. Alright, well, let's see what else we can find. I just got a shotgun shell. I think it's a 12 gauge. I can't really read it. It's fairly old. No plastic on it. Would have been a paper one, I guess. Anyway, it was ringing up a little jumpy from the teens to 50, 55, and jumping all over the place. So it wasn't really a high signal, but a different signal, so I dug it. There you go. A lot of hunting in here. The other day I was walking with my wife and daughter, and we ran into some ruffed grouse or something like that. Anyway, and they flew away. That was really cool. Okay, so I'm on the edge of the lane that goes around in front of the house, and I just dug this. This is a beautiful signal. It was jumping between the low 70s to the 80s, and then when I opened up the hole, it turned into a 90s, high 90s kind of sound. And I think it would be a ring that was on a yoke, or something to do with hooking up horses anyway. And there's a bit of wire or something attached to it. I've had this little piece here, and so rigged up to do a temporary fix. I think the farmer liked to do that around here. Alright, on to the next. Well, I can't believe this was almost on the surface. It was right there. Barely any dirt moved. I got a buckle. That looks like it could be a pretty modern, well, modern is in 1900s, belt buckle. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty neat. The neat thing is, just right there was where I found the ring. And if you look up the path a little bit, right back in that little nested looking spot with the leaves, that's where I'd found the croto bell on another video. So this is definitely a neat spot. It's paying up. Alright, got to look a little more intensely around, but if you look, all kinds of stuff like that's in the way, and all this brush, and down into there, a lot of brush in the way. Alright, Alright, well, belt buckle was right here, and just off to the side was another buckle. I'm thinking this was off probably the harness that lost that crota bell that was just right up there. This area is paying off, and it wasn't even buried, it was just laying here pretty much just under the dirt. I had to scrape it with my pinpointer to find it. Oh, that's awesome. Horse harness tackle. Right on. Brought back to life. Take a look. This here came out of the ground. Has a little ring on it and a flat piece that comes sharp to this end. That's pretty cool. I didn't have to dig very much. I got my Hori Hori knife out, and you can see Forest City Metal Detectors. That's where I got it from. Just had to dig it right out of there. Alright, very good. Well, let's keep looking hard around here. This is a good spot. I'm just right near where the buckles came out. Okay, so another broken relic. It's busted right there. Looks like it went over, I don't know, could have been a wheel or something, I don't know. Anyway, very interesting. Well, I know what this little guy is. That's a 22 casing. They're very small. That's the only bullet I've ever shot in my life. Anyway, that's quite a while ago too. Alright, well, let's see what we can find more. Below the house, getting closer to the river. And the house is up this hill, right up there, through that mess. And something attracted me down here. It was this. There's a ledge running right there, going up the hill and around the house and down in. It probably went way back into there. Anyway, and I thought I'd show you this. This is the best square nail. I've dug a bunch of them. The best one that I've dug today. It's a beauty. Probably late 1800s. And anyway, it might be all I get today. If it is, and you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe below. And I'm glad I brought some stuff back to life. Decided to saunter on out to where the old barn was. Found a couple of interesting relics. Here we go. There's a saw blade and this big old iron post thing. A couple of pieces of glass. They're kind of interesting too. Yeah. Got a little bit of a pattern in it. Anyway, neat. Alright, so this is the barn. There's a little side spot right there that's right full of cement and wall and stuff. It might have been a little building off the side of the barn. That was probably the bank going up into the barn. And then if you look, rock wall all the way around this big space here. Would have been the prettiest barn, I think, in the whole area. It overlooks the river. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, well, I just dug one of those rings you get off of yokes or whatever. And look how much water came into the hole. That was a lot of fun. It's like digging into a spring. Alright, I gotta go home and have dinner. Catch you later. Well, I don't know what this is. It's pretty big. Here's my glove. And it's kind of sharp. Busted right there. I think maybe a pickaxe. There's rock right there. It was right underneath that rock. Alright, well, one more relic brought back to life. Hopefully I can get home and have dinner.